already. So he's off Mufasa, he off the... I can't use him for the fantasy no more because my friend is off. So it's done. I gotta find somebody else. Gotta go back to Lenny Kravitz. Looks like there's a new couple in Hollywood. Aaron, Pierre, Teyana. Aaron, Pierre, that's Teyana.
It all started with a leak that nobody saw coming. Out of nowhere, private messages between Aaron Pierre and none other than Iman Shumpert's sister surfaced online, and within minutes, the internet exploded. Screenshots began flying around every corner of social media. Twitter, Instagram blogs, TikTok gossip pages, and everyone had one burning question. What exactly was going on between Aaron and Iman's sister behind closed doors? Was it innocent? Or was this another case of betrayal hiding in plain sight? The leaked DMs weren't just casual, friendly exchanges. They carried a tone that instantly raised eyebrows. The words seemed flirty, maybe even suggestive, the kind of messages that no woman wants to see her man sending to someone else, especially not to a family member of her ex-husband. It was messy, it was shocking, and it was exactly the kind of drama that throws a relationship straight into chaos. For Teyana Taylor, it wasn't just a betrayal, it felt like déjà vu. She had already lived through a nightmare of infidelity before with Iman, and now, here she was again, watching history play itself out in the most humiliating way possible. The strangest part of it all was how the messages even got out. Some claimed it was hacked, that Aaron's phone or account had been compromised. Others whispered that someone close to the situation deliberately leaked them, maybe as payback, maybe to expose the truth. But one thing was certain. Those screenshots didn't just land on the internet by accident.
Somebody wanted them to be seen.
And once they were out, there was no turning back. People were stunned, not just because Aaron was caught in these private exchanges, but because of who he was allegedly messaging. Iman's sister, the very sister of the man who Teyana had built a life with, then divorced after years of pain, rumors, and betrayals. For many fans, this crossed a line that felt almost unforgivable. It wasn't just disrespect to Teyana, it was messy family drama being reignited in the worst possible way. To really understand why this hits so hard, you have to look back at Teyana's story. She and Aaron's relationship had been painted as a fresh start. After everything she endured with Iman, the public scandals, the cheating allegations, the heartbreak, Teyana found in Aaron what seemed like peace. He was younger, he was different, and he appeared to give her that sense of security she had long been craving. Fans cheered her on, rooting for her to finally find someone who wouldn't embarrass her. But now, with these DMs out, it suddenly felt like the cycle was repeating, and the internet couldn't help but ask, is Teyana cursed when it comes to love? The messages themselves were vague enough to spark debate, but clear enough to create tension. Words like, wish you were here, little heart emojis, late-night replies, these weren't things that screamed innocence. And the fact that Aaron was having these conversations with Iman's sister made it all the more scandalous. Some fans speculated that maybe the two had been talking for a while, that maybe this wasn't just friendly banter, but something more. Others argued it could be one-sided, that Aaron was the one pushing boundaries while she just entertained it. Either way, the optics were terrible, and Teyana was left to pick up the pieces. Behind the scenes, whispers began spreading about Teyana's reaction. Allegedly, she was furious. Friends close to her claimed she felt blindsided, humiliated, and deeply hurt. For her, it wasn't just about Aaron's actions, it was about the disrespect. The idea that Aaron would entertain even the smallest kind of intimacy with someone tied so closely to her past was a knife to the heart. She reportedly confronted Aaron, demanding answers, but his responses didn't ease her pain. Rumors say Aaron tried to downplay it, insisting it was harmless, that it didn't mean anything. But for Teyana, those words didn't matter. What mattered was the principle. The scandal didn't just stop with her and Aaron, it quickly spilled over into both families. Iman's name was suddenly back in the mix, even though he wasn't directly involved. Imagine finding out your own sister was caught up in a scandal with your ex-wife's new man. That's not just drama, it's chaos on a whole new level. Sources claim Iman was livid when he heard about it, feeling like Aaron had crossed a line of respect that no man should ever cross. Whether he was angry out of protectiveness for Teyana or simply because his own family was now being dragged into the spotlight again, people couldn't stop speculating. And, of course, social media had a field day. Memes flooded timelines. People were picking sides, dissecting every screenshot, trying to decode the timestamps, the emojis, the tone of the words. Some fans even went as far as saying the DMs could be fake, that maybe someone had doctored them just to stir trouble. But others pointed out that the details were too specific, too realistic to be completely fabricated. And as the screenshots continued circulating, Aaron stayed quiet, too quiet. His silence only fueled more suspicion. What really broke people's hearts was Teyana's silence. Instead of issuing a statement, she began acting out in subtle ways that spoke volumes. She allegedly unfollowed Aaron on social media, deleted a few posts, and posted cryptic Instagram stories that left fans reading between the lines. One of them read something like, "When you think you've healed, the universe sends another test." That one post alone had fans convinced that the rumors were true and that her relationship with Aaron was on the verge of collapse. This was the pivotal moment where everything shifted. Fans who had once celebrated Teyana's new chapter now feared she was headed straight for another heartbreak. People began flooding her comments with supportive messages, begging her to walk away before things got worse. Others speculated she might actually take Aaron back, pointing out that she has always been forgiving in her relationships, sometimes to her own detriment. But nobody knew for sure. And then came the wildest rumor of all, that Teyana actually confronted Iman's sister directly. Allegedly, the confrontation was heated, emotional, and left both sides shaken. Imagine the pain of facing a woman connected to your past, only to find out she might be tied to your present heartbreak as well. It was almost too much to believe, but in the world of celebrity drama, nothing is off limits. Now, with all eyes on her, the question lingers, will Teyana stay with Aaron or cut ties for good? Some fans believe she's too strong to put up with this kind of humiliation again. Others think love might cloud her judgment, that maybe she'll choose to forgive him and try to move forward. But one thing's for sure, this leak has changed everything. The trust, the image, the peace she thought she found, it's all shaken. And while Teyana wrestles with her emotions, the internet refuses to let go. No matter what she does, the noise only gets louder. What began as a small whisper has turned into a full-blown storm, and every corner of social media is buzzing with theories. It feels like every hour a new thread appears, with fans and critics playing detective, trying to solve a mystery that keeps getting more complicated by the minute. Some people are convinced there are more DMs waiting in the shadows, screenshots that haven't been leaked yet, but are ready to explode at just the right moment. The rumors say these hidden messages are even more damaging than the ones already out there, filled with secrets that could completely ruin Aaron's reputation. Fans say if those receipts drop, his entire image could collapse overnight, leaving behind nothing but scandal. The thought alone has everyone on edge, refreshing their feeds, waiting for the next bombshell to hit. But while one side of the internet is obsessed with the possibility of new leaks, another side is focused on the bigger picture. To them, this doesn't feel random at all. They believe the entire situation has been carefully planned, like pieces of a puzzle falling perfectly into place. And when people start asking who would benefit most from this chaos, a familiar name comes up, Iman. Some suspect this could be revenge, a calculated move from someone in a circle to make sure Teyana never truly escapes the shadow of her past. The timing, the precision, the way every detail seems to hit at the exact moment it will cause the most pain, it's almost too perfect to be coincidence. And right in the middle of it all is Teyana, trying to keep her head up while the world refuses to give her peace. One moment, people see her as the victim, blindsided and heartbroken. The next, she's judged for her choices, accused of ignoring the red flags and falling into another messy situation. The truth is, nobody actually knows the full story. All anyone has are fragments, screenshots, whispers, and speculation. And that's what makes the suspense so addictive. Until the next reveal comes, Everyone is watching, waiting, and bracing for what could be the most explosive twist yet. Because at the end of the day, this isn't just about some private DMs. It's about loyalty. It's about betrayal. It's about a woman who has already given so much of herself to love, only to be faced with yet another painful test. And the scariest part? This might just be the beginning.